Greetings for the day. I'm Dr. Hemalatha Sharma, Associate Professor of English from Vardhaman College of Engineering. Today we'll be discussing the first unit, that is Toasted English by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan's full name, Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swamy. He is one of the popular Indian story writers, and he is very well known for the fictional South Indian town that he has created, popularly known as the Malgudi. He is one of the prominent English Indian writers along with Mulkraj Anand and Raja Rao. And his most popular work are Swami and His Friends, The Bachelor of Arts, and The English Teacher. Now, he is awarded a Sahitya Academy Award for the financial expert, and one of his story, that is The Guide, was filmed into a Hindi movie, and for which he is awarded the Filmfare Award. He received a Filmfare Award. We'll look into the lesson. This particular lesson, Toasted English, is an excellent example which highlights the difference between American and British English. And Narayan here very humorously puts this forward. He says that Americans has changed the English according to their own convenience by making it simple and more conversational and very informal, whereas Britishers' English is very formal and they adhere to certain rules and regulations. So these Americans, they have liberated themselves from the tyranny of the English in their use of language and making it simple. How they have done this, he has explained in this chapter. The phrase toasted English is, refers to English muffins in the American restaurants. You can look at this picture. This is English muffins, and these are the cupcakes, the difference between the two. And these, muffins, they were actually created in America, but they still carry the English label with it. According to Narayan, they acknowledge the heritage of the English muffins, and that is why they refer to toasted English, refer to muffin as toasted English. Now, this process of toasting of English language in America has led to the doing away of the rigidity and the formalism that is surrounded to its usage in the British English. Okay, they have given it up. The author says that just like Indians, the Americans have also driven the English people out of their country, but allowed the English to flourish in their language. But the thing is, they did not use it, adapt as it is. They changed it, they did away with the suffocating rigidity, or we can say the tyranny of the passive voice. One method of it that he used, the Americans have done is they have got rid of it, of the tyranny of the passive voice. They have removed passive voice. For example, in America, the phrase trespassing prohibited is written on signboards has been replaced. They don't use, this passive voice that is prohibited. They say they use it in the, active voice, that is newly planted. Very simple way they explain it, newly planted or do not walk. This is put up on a signboard, okay, without bringing in any ambiguity in their expression. Similarly, a phrase like absolutely no parking means no parking for them. Okay, the driver need not peer out of his car to decide whether he should park or no. No parking means no parking for them. Similarly, our Indian authorities, what would they do, in in place of writing no parking or trespassing prohibited, they would write a 20-line inscription stating that under the municipal act so and so this area has been reserved and any vehicle stationed thereon will be deemed to have contravened subsection so and so of the Motor Vehicles Act, etc., etc. So we follow it very systematically, whereas Americans have given up all this formalism. Additionally, Americans' office doors also, if you notice, they bear a note that reads "Do not enter." Simple words they use it. And similarly, the traffic signals, without any, very clearly, I mean, with clarity and without any ambiguity, they simply say go or wait. So the author was startled to read, outside the Hollywood studio, he read Mark Stevens, keep out. Mark Stevens is a TV artist. He is inside the room and it is declared on the door that he is inside. Whereas in India or any other country, if it is announced that a particular so and so celebrity is inside a room and it is declared outside the room, then definitely people would get into the room to take their selfies or autographs and all those things. But it's very clearly mentioned here on the door that so and so significant person or prominent person is inside and you are supposed to stay outside. It also reflects on the culture of the people, the culture of the country that it belongs to. So when we move to travel to other countries, we come to know about it. Now Americans, they have also another way of toasting English is they have started using certain terms which have multiple uses and they can be used anytime and anywhere. One example of such word is check, okay, that can be used carelessly anywhere and anytime and still be considered acceptable for the situation. And such words are represented, or addressed as American national expression. If you look at the British English meaning or the dictionary meaning of I will check, it means I will find out, investigate, examine, scrutinize, verify or probe. But in America, check has got multiple meanings. For example, you check means your ticket, that is your pass to travel, okay, which you have to produce. Check room is a place where you leave your possessions for a while. Whereas a check girl is one who takes care of your coat, umbrella or your belonging while you are on a job, she keeps it in her custody. Similarly, check in and check out, which is also used in India to refer to arrival or departure from a hotel, okay. And this word check is used, it fits into any situation in America. If you are unable to come up with a word, it may be a noun or a verb, you can fit in this word check, you will realize that it will fall in place, it will convey some meaning definitely to the Americans. So, another example of American national expression is fabulous. We know the meaning of what is fabulous. It is extremely pleasing. But Americans have enlarged its sense, widened its purpose. They can use it. The author says that in Wilkinson, he came across a lady who addressed her cats as fabulous, which meant that they were behaving in a eccentric way. Eccentric is out of mind, yes. Oh, so and so, he is fabulous. Such an expression for a person would be a compliment or an insinuation. Insinuation is an indirect implication. that so and so person has a mild form of charming lunacy. Lunacy is again eccentric or little out of mind. So it can be a compliment or an insinuation. So there's another word, okay. It's a very well known example, it's the most easiest word that comes out of our human vocal cords, and everyone knows how comprehensive its sense can be. You can use it anywhere, and it's a self-sufficient word. It doesn't need any suffix after it. For example, no need to say okay sir or okay madam. Okay itself is self-sufficient. Now if you look at the word ye, yes, it seals off the sentence without any further ado. Yes sir or yes darling can be conceived, you can conceive of it, you can think of it, but ye sir or ye darling is unthinkable. Now here is uttered in a short base of the tongue grunt, that is, it is restricted, it is from your base of the tongue, but it snaps off further continuation of the sentence. But yes has a sibilant which yes also could not be prolonged. Okay. In his further analysis of the bazaar status of English in London, R.K. Narayan, he brings in different examples. One such example is the behavior of the conductor in the bus in London. He will never call out ticket like it is done in India. He would say thank you before issuing the ticket and another thank you after issuing the ticket. So one could calculate the number of passengers in the bus by halving the total number of thanks uttered by the conductor. In any Western country, if a receptionist asks, "Can I help you?" it's such a fine way of expressing or offering help. Yes, can I help you? It really means, have you any business here? If so, state it. Instead of rudely saying this, the receptionist will use a very fine language, yes, a polished language. Similarly, or it may mean evidently you have wandered off into a wrong place, just leave, go away. Okay. Okay, anybody who wants to cross you, who wants to pass by you will say, excuse me. That's the way the language is refined there. Yes, he may as well justify, saying that what do you mean by standing and gaping at the world while you block everybody's passage? Stand aside, man, please move. Yes, so instead of you using, they use a very fine language that is, excuse me. Now when you send your card to meet a busy person, the secretary comes and tells you, would you like to wait? She is not consulting you whether you want to wait or not. She just, you can't even answer her back. Just you have to say thank you and look for a comfortable place for you to sit and wait for the person to meet. So you don't have the option of saying, no, I wouldn't like to wait, I have other things to do. However busy you may be, you need to just say thanks and be seated there to meet that person. Yes. Narayan concludes by describing how we might customize English to meet our needs by developing a Bharat brand of English. He makes it, he doesn't support mongrelization of English. That is, mongrelization means creating something like a hybrid variety of English by violating the rules of grammar or mixing up words of Indian languages. Okay, in English. So he says it very clearly that the English that India must use should respect the rule of the law and preserve the dignity of grammar. He also further adds on that, in India, English is confined to the rooms of halls of learning, justice and administration. He elaborates on Bharat brand of English or Indian English. You know, he wants it to come down to the dusty streets, the marketplace, and the under the banyan tree, and with a unique Swadeshi stamp. Yes, and much with the expression, just like the expression Madras handloom check shirt. You know, it belongs to a particular place. Similarly, Indian English should also have its own Swadeshi stamp, just like Tirupati doll or Tirupati laddu. So the author aspires for Indians to create an English that is more distinctive and creative than the English spoken in India at present. Thank you so much. Have a good day.